Musquin, Dungey, Red Bull, KTM, winning. They're back at it again. Arena Cross has a new points leader. We'll show you who and how. GNCC raced it up in Steel Creek. We have bikes and ATVs. And a huge MotoGP surprise in Qatar. The Doctor prevails. All that and more only on the Racer X Show. Hello and welcome. This is the Racer X Show. I'm your host, Greg. And we've seen some good racing just before the Easter break, including a classic finish in MotoGP that has some old and new stuff going on. You'll see. Let's go.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acerbis, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
First up is Supercross, brought to you by Acerbis. And in the 250 East, much like the 250 West, last week's winner Justin Bogle marked the third different manufacturer to win this season. Kawasaki hasn't won since Vegas 2014, Suzuki 13 with Jason Anderson, Salt Lake, and Husky, any guesses out there? Anyone? 2001 with Travis Preston. So could someone other than KTM, Yamaha, or Honda win one of these Monster Energy Supercross 250 races in St. Louis over the weekend? Well, when the Dash to Turn 1 happened, it was all Yamaha. Number 6, Jeremy Martin. Number 25, Marvin Musquin right behind. That wouldn't last long as the Red Bull KTM factory rider would jump to the inside of Martin and grab a clean look at the Edward Jones Dome track. But the Yamalube Star Racing Yamaha rider wasn't rolling over, taking different lanes. Musquin had the edge. Martin thinks better of the pass, but that was it for Martin. Musquin would wheelie away. Further back, all kinds of stuff was going on here. Number 126, Jordan Smith, almost takes his Geico teammate out. Number 1, Justin Bogle. That causes a mini pileup, collecting a few mid-pack racers. But Musquin would have to check all of that out in the highlights later because it was some ride for the Frenchman. How about the fastest qualifying time of anyone, even the 450 riders? The man is on fire. Savatgy put Kawasaki on the podium after being 9th off the start. But no win just yet. Bogle's 4th mathematically keeps the championship alive with this guy.
Everybody out the baker, we're having a lot of fun and we're training hard and we do good on race day and it feels awesome.
3 points the difference from first to second in a race, and after the 3-week break for the East, we'll see if Bogle can push Musquin to the final in Las Vegas. All right, how do you know when a racer is on a domination run at a championship? Well, when they finish a solid second place and they're disappointed about it. And that's where we are with the Ryan Dungey Show, or what you might call the 450s. Dungey's been putting on quite a show since Anaheim 3 with 5 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And after last week's disastrous second, wink wink, Dungey wanted to come back with a statement. But straight away, BTO Sport KTM's Andrew Short got the whole shot. But this time, a huge mistake into the tough blocks. Ouch! Now the replay from behind shows Short making a little bit of a mistake, fades off to the right and jumps off. Luckily, Short was able to get up and push his bike off the track. And yes, that was number 5 Dungey who went by for the lead. Fast forward to lap 11, blue bike is 23 Weston Pike on the Autotrader.com Yamaha, with last week's winner number 3, Geico Honda's Eli Tomac. That's third. Tomac set off after Rockstar Husqvarna's Jason Anderson on the 21. Tomac in the right lane just had that section dialed. Second place. But the 5 was P1 from the exit of turn 1 on, and would capture a 20th career win and another KTM sweep of the top step of the podium. Pike faded to 5th. The ill and dehydrated Blake Baggett salvaged 10th. But now you know it's Dungey time.
Last weekend was good. The second wasn't bad, but I was a little disappointed at the ride. We gained a lot of ground. Everything was good, but I really wanted to get a start tonight. That was my key, and then just put it down on the track, as best as I could. And it feels good, especially getting my 6th win. And
this isn't pretty if you're anyone else. Easter break next week, then the Final Four of the year. Supercross returns to TV April 11th. Set your DVRs now. Live on Fox Sports 2 from Houston, Texas. Race coverage begins 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. And that's our Supercross segment presented by Acerbis. Moving on to our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. The MotoGP season kicked off in Qatar at the Losail circuit for the traditional night race under the lights in Doha, where most thought that Repsol Honda's Marc Marquez would dominate. But a bad start and the champ running off in turn 1 left it to the rest to figure out. In the end, it was a 36-year-old Italian in his 313th GP start, already with 82 GP wins and 3 at Qatar. Yep, Valentino Rossi fought a couple of brand new Ducati GP15s for his 83rd career win. How about that? Rossi now leads the World Championship. Next stop in 2 weeks' time, Austin, Texas, for the first ever round of the new American Superbike Championship, Moto America. They support MotoGP. Very exciting stuff. Not that exciting are reports that Repsol Honda's Dani Pedrosa might be forced into early retirement with arm pump problems. Pedrosa saying that doctors have told him it's risky to try surgery at this point and it might be unfixable. Sorry, Dani fans, no Pedrosa for round 2 for sure. But speaking of round 2, here's the exclusive TV information from MotoGP in the US. Qualifying will air 7 p.m. East on Saturday the 11th on Fox Sports 2. Then on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. East, Fox Sports 1, Moto 3 at 1 o'clock, Moto 2 at 2 p.m., MotoGP live at 3 p.m. East. And that is our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. A quick check-in on Ryan Villopoto and his quest for the MXGP title. MXGP raced in Argentina over the weekend, where double MotoGP world champion Casey Stoner showed up and hung out with Villopoto. But the magic of Stoner couldn't help the American get on the box. Villopoto finished 4th in both races, 20 seconds off in the first one, only 4 seconds in the second. He'd later say on Twitter, quote, "Not exactly the result we wanted, but improved in the second moto and closed the gap a bit," unquote. Now he sits 27 points back in the championship. On Sunday, the 16th running of the FMF Steel Creek GNCC at, wait for it, Steel Creek Campground in Morganton, North Carolina happened, where Caleb Russell took his 3rd win in the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis. Right now, Russell's on fire, and the factory FMF KTM rider is just coming into his good years on the bike. Scary for his competition. To the video we go. When the XC1 field took off, NFAB Ampro Yamaha's Jordan Ashburn put himself into the early lead after grabbing the $250 All Balls Racing Hole Shot Award. But that was short-lived as Russell quickly made his way to the front on that opening lap. And as the reigning GNCC national champion gapped the field early on, an exciting battle for second place opened up. In the first hour and a half of racing, Air Group Rockstar Energy Husqvarna's Ryan Sipes jumped into second. Jordan Ashburn and Daniel Milner were close, and Rocky Mountain ATV MC's Thad Duvall also put himself in the mix for a podium spot. After Ashburn was in second, the next rider to step up, JCR Honda's Chris Bach. Bach chased Ashburn down, got into second, but it was Thad Duvall who got them both at the halfway mark. Josh Strang joined Duvall in what turned out to be an exciting battle between the two Husqvarna-backed riders all afternoon. But Russell was untouchable, winning by over 2.5 minutes. Strang came away 20 seconds ahead of Duvall, with XC1 rookie Grant Baylor getting a strong 4th. But I want to hear from our winner.
I got a little complacent there in the midway of the race. I had like a 55-second lead, and next thing I knew it was like 20. I was like, whoa, I better get going here again. I was counting the stars or something. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I was able to regroup and put the hammer back down.
If you go 3 for 3 in GNCC, you get 90. Someone better figure out how to quickly stop Russell from getting away. The XC2 Pro Lights battle heated up as Dirtwise Maxxis Climb's Jason Thomas and Rocky Mountain ATV MC's Nick Davis came together about halfway through the race, causing both riders to go down just after the finish line. But Thomas went on to capture his 2nd straight XC2 victory of the season, giving him 71 total points. From the great big outdoors to the small indoor arenas of the AMSOIL Arena Cross Series, which is in the middle of their 6-race race to the championship that reset the points, starting the top 10 riders fresh as they battle it out for the 2015 #1 plate. And what better place to do round 2 of the RTTC than in Austin, Texas at the Frank Irwin Center. Boom, gate drop, and things are looking chippy with Thermotech FMC Racing Yamaha's Bobby Kanairi caught in the middle of turn 1 and crashed. No win for him. Number 4, left side of your screen, Kailub Tough Racing Husqvarna's Kyle Regal. He'd beat number 63, Babbitt's Monster Energy Amsoil Kawasaki's Chris Blose to the lead. Going down, number 5, Corey Green. Later in the race, Kanairi was coming back, racing it up with number 2, Babbitt's Jacob Hayes, forcing Hayes into a mistake. That was for second. But whatever for Mr. Regal, who cruised his way to the main 1 win. On to main 2, as you can clearly see from the sign, guys. Anyway, clutches dropped, and it's number 63 points leader Chris Blose, his teammate number 36, Matt Gerke, hot on his heels. But a big pile up and a red flag. That lines everyone up single file in the order from the last completed lap. And Blose picks up where he left off. And after that restart, number 617 Gavin Faith was making moves. One too many when he and Gerke got together. To the ground, son. Going by Hayes, Kanairi, and Regal. But with the spotlight on, no drama for Blose, taking the checkered in main 2. Blose 14 and 1, only good for 6th. But Regal's 3rd, giving him the overall.
Basically, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm getting good starts all the time, and they got an amazing bike. The whole team is killing it this year, and I couldn't be more confident in myself and the bike. And like I said, I drew a 16. It's really hard to come back from that, and to get a 3rd place and get the overall, I'm more than stoked. And to be walking away with a red plate, it means a lot, and hopefully I can keep it to the end.
Regal will wear the red number 1 plate in 2 weeks. Man, I can't wait to see what happens in Spokane on April 11th. You can watch full race coverage of Round 11 from the Frank Irwin Center in Austin, Texas, Sunday on Fox Sports 1 at 1 p.m. East, 10 a.m. Pacific. Adam McGill extended his points lead in the XC1 Pro ATV class in Saturday's AMSOIL GNCC Series presented by Maxxis, but only after an intense battle to the very end with Chris Borich and Jay Shadron. This was a good one. Off to the races early was Landon Wolf, taking home the $250 AMSOIL XC1 Pro Hole Shot Award as he led a string of veteran racers into the woods on the opening lap. JMR ATVRiders.com back Jared McClure quickly took over the lead on the opening lap with Jay Shadron, Chris Borich, and Chris Biffle close behind. The front runners remained wheel-to-wheel for a majority of the 2-hour race, exchanging positions all along the way. Coastal Waynesburg Yamaha's Jay Shadron made his move into the lead on lap 2, where he set the pace for the second half of the race. Borich settled in behind Shadron, but riders like Adam McGill, Walker Fowler, and McClure applied great pressure to the leaders. On the final lap, CST PirateMX.com's Adam McGill turned up the heat, passing Borich and Shadron to take over the lead spot. But Borich made a mistake on the final lap, going back to 4th for a few moments. Then the Maxxis SSI Fly Yamaha rider would work his way back to 2nd just before the finish. Despite leading much of the 2-hour race, Shadron dropped back a couple of positions, finishing a career-best 3rd overall. But how about a word from our winner?
Yeah, this track's really hard. I knew a good start was key, and we had a good start, and I don't know what happened, but I know Wolf got up into me, and then Braden was in behind him, and I'm like, must be a Honda thing. So I got back going again. I'm just like, it's going to be a long day, and so I just put my head down.
In these early days, McGill with 20 over Fowler, but with Borich, Bithell, and the emerging Shadron, expect to see some shuffling sometime soon. How about a little socializing stuff from the social media that's caught my eye? This clip from Eli Tomac on Instagram is cool. Tomac pointing out what he does with his hands over a triple. That's pretty neat. And what about 2006 MotoGP champion Nicky Hayden talking about his social media in this 40-second video?
Nicky, you got more than 400,000 followers on Twitter. Why so many?
People around the world like bikes and want to know what's going on.
I see that you're also on Instagram. Of all the pictures you've ever uploaded, what would be your favorite?
It's me after winning the World Championship in Spain on the cool-down lap, packing the American flag, helmet off, tears in my eyes, and riding a wheelie.
You get one tweet to describe your life and your career. What's it gonna be?
Lucky, blessed.
Okay, no major racing during the Easter weekend. After that, plenty. Make some plans to go watch some live stuff. Monster Energy Supercross lands in Texas, Houston, at the NRG Stadium. Supercrossonline.com for tickets. MotoGP and Moto America race it up in Austin, Texas at the Circuit of the Americas. That's all weekend long. World Superbike is in Aragon, Spain for round 3. Arena Cross is in the Pacific Northwest, the Spokane Arena. GNCC has 2 days in Union, South Carolina, so you can come race and watch. And finally, the WMX Series is at the California Classic in San Bernardino on Sunday the 12th.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acerbis, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Okay, we are almost out. This weekend I mentioned is Easter, a traditional weekend off for most major racing series. But we'll be back next week with some season in review stuff, interviews with a few of the top riders in motorcycle racing, and more. But until then, please check out all of our social media links and follow us on YouTube. It's The Racer X Show. You can follow me personally on Twitter. It's at Greg White. Well, for the fine crew here at the Racer X Show and Racer TV, I'm Greg. Remember, we are all racing all the time. Have a good off-racing weekend. Or if you're racing, go race and have fun. And we'll see you right back here on your computer. Bye-bye.